Hi, how's everybody doing today? I'm Lisa, and this is my show, Angel Guidance by Lisa. And I am an intuitive, a medium, a healer, and a teacher of all things spiritual. And I'm so happy you're here. And I just want to let you know that today's show, I'm going to talk a little bit about a live workshop I'm going to host on Saturday of this week, and it's free. So I want you to certainly hang on and listen to some information about that. And then I'm going to take a couple callers as well. You can find me on Facebook at Pure Love Energy. And if you want to message me or reach out, that would be great. I'd love to hear from my people. And I always want to know what's going on in your life. If you have any questions about what I do, I'm happy to answer those as well. So, as you may know, if you watched some of my shows in the past, I talk a lot about creating your best life, about clearing your energy, protecting and cleansing yourself, and also about manifesting. And the reason I talk about manifesting is because that is a key to getting what you want out of life. And everyone deserves to manifest what they want. And just because I talk about manifesting, it doesn't always mean it's about money. It can mean manifesting a relationship or a home or a job or even some nice things for inside your home or something worthy for a cause you want to support. So just know that you can use any of these tools and tips for manifesting anything in your life. Now, I give myself a reading every morning. It's an oracle reading. I use tarot cards, and I usually lay out a pretty big spread. Like, I may have 25 cards out there on my table. But what that does for me is it connects me with my higher guidance, and it helps me to see what's going on in my life for the day. Because usually I say to my guides when I sit down in the morning and have my cup of coffee, I say, guides, what's my message for today? What do I need to work on? Or what do you have to tell me and share with me? And you know what? Those messages are always accurate and they're always meaningful. Even if I don't know what they're going to mean right at the moment, later on, I figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you, guides. So I just want to let you know that guidance is always available for you. So this morning, the first card I drew was a card that indicated peace of mind. And peace of mind is something that you can't buy. You know, I can teach you all about abundance and I can teach you about manifesting, but no one can get out their wallet and buy it. Now, some people will say, okay, yeah, well, if I just had a lot of money, then I could pay off all my bills and I would have peace of mind. Well, that may be true to an extent, but a lot of times when we have those things that we think we're going to need and will give us peace of mind, you know what? Something else pops up and it really doesn't. So, what I want you to think about today is peace of mind. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because that's key to manifesting peace of mind. You have to have your inner world straight. You have to have your inner world, meaning going within, listening to your higher self. You need to have that area of your life calm and relaxed and just in balance. And so one way to have your inner world balanced is to, well, first of all, to sit in awareness, meaning just sit in the morning, and I do it every morning. And even if I only have 5 minutes, I make sure to do it for those 5 minutes. I just sit with my feet flat on the floor and my back straight, and I close my eyes and I breathe and I just focus on my breath and I count to 5 and I breathe in and I exhale and I release. And when I do that, that allows me to calm all those outer thoughts, those thoughts of what my day is going to bring, those lists of things to do that I have because I have them just like you. And it allows me to focus and relax and hear my intuition. And everyone has intuition, everyone's accessible to it. So please know that if you start to do that every day, you're going to start hearing that higher guidance, your inner voice. And that's a wonderful thing to be in touch with. I always feel very confident and reassured when I have my little conversation in the morning, although I'm not talking, I'm just listening to my guides. So some people say, well, Lisa, I do this, I sit in awareness, and I really do work on cleansing my energy, and I work on balancing myself, but I just can't quite get there with manifesting some of these things I want. And I have some interesting tools and tips for people like you who want that extra step in advanced manifesting. And so, what I'm going to talk about on Saturday, which is when I'm going to have a Facebook Live at 1 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to talk about manifesting with crystals. And I have my crystal right here, and manifesting with a crystal grid. And this is a crystal grid. This is just a template, it's just a piece of paper with something printed on it. And what you can do with a crystal grid is you can manifest those things that are in your mind and bring them out into the real world. And you can do that by focusing on what you want and then utilizing the crystal grid by placing crystals like this clear quartz crystal, which is a Lemurian crystal, or this amethyst crystal, which is a beautiful kind of a violet color crystal, or this beautiful rose quartz crystal. You can add these to the crystal grid and affirm what you want. And I'm going to teach on that. It's totally free. Please join me on Saturday, this weekend at 1 o'clock Central. And if you don't already have one, if you want one of these crystal grid templates, just message me on my Facebook page at Pure Love Energy, or just look for the post that I already have up today on my Facebook page and just make a comment, Lisa, would you please send me that template? Then you print it out and have it ready for Saturday. You may need crystals for this grid. You don't need them for Saturday. So if you want, you can get those crystals later on. Also, if you can't join me on Saturday, no, I will keep the replay up for you so you can make your own crystal grid. Just know if you are on my live, then you can ask me questions about it and get some more information on what you need to make this work. So I hope you join me. It's just another way for me to give back. So now I'm going to take a caller, and I have Loretta, I believe, in Georgia, who's calling in today. Hi, Loretta.
Yes, ma'am, that's true.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, great. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, Loretta, what can I help you with today?
I just have a question about my love life and career.
Love life and career. Okay, so let's see. Is there something specific you want to know about either one, or is it just a general question? Or, I'm just curious if you'd like me to take this a certain
am I
direction.
getting a job soon? And this new guy that keeps giving me the runaround, like I'm trying to really find out like what's really going on because he's so secretive.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So has it been like 2 or 3 months with this guy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. This is interesting because let me see what I can figure out here. I'm also going to draw a card. Okay. I feel like there needs to be another few months of you getting to know this person before you totally give in, of yourself, giving all yourself to him. I feel like he has some issues that relate to a past relationship and that may not be completely finished. Now, I don't know that, I'm not saying he's married, but what I am saying is there are some ties to somebody else that are keeping him on the fence. Did you have that suspicion or that idea?
Yeah, I did, and he said it wasn't that, so yeah.
You did, okay. So I feel like this was, with him, that was a long-term relationship for him in the past. And, when people break up or separate and they've been really connected for a long time, they have this energy together that's really hard to break apart. It's like, it's almost like a cord, and I've seen this psychically. It's like a cord of energy between one person's heart chakra and the other person's heart chakra. So what I think is happening here is that on some level, he feels like he's going to miss out if he completely moves away from this person, like entirely. And it's not that he doesn't like you, because I do think there's this connection between you two that feels like it could really take off. Like I feel like you're right there. You're like, oh, come on, come on, let's go. But it's really him. I, what I'm also hearing, I feel like there's someone else coming for you. But it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be next year that you're actually going to meet this person or connect with this person in that way that you like this guy for. It feels like this is going to be 5 months away from you with this other person. So so what I'm hearing is you need to make yourself available, but in a very, in a way that you set your boundaries. It's like you draw the line and you say, okay, you either want me or you don't, and you set yourself up like that energetically, and he's either going to match it or he's not. If he's good enough for you, then he's going to step up. But you can't change a person. You can't make them turn around and do what you want, because that is only going to really end up hurting you. Can you understand that?
I can, yes.
Okay. All right. So what I do see, like I said, is someone in about 5 months for you. It feels like it's going to be right at the very beginning of next spring, which is a really beautiful time to fall in love. And I do feel like this kind of idea of falling in love is something you really want, because I feel like you missed that. I feel like you've had it before, but you're feeling kind of empty without it. And what I want you to do as well during this time when you're feeling this way is start giving yourself self-care. Stop, maybe instead of looking to him, this particular person now, start giving to yourself. Like, you know what I mean by self-care? Like it would be making yourself a beautiful bubble bath or something with salt in it, like a salt bath, or giving yourself a nice cup of tea and doing some pampering yourself. And the more you do that, the more you're going to get used to that feeling of being pampered. And that's really what you want, and that's what you need from a person, to be pampered. And I don't know that this guy's going to be able to give that to you. Okay? I'm sorry. I mean, I know you want it, but I think you already knew that this is perhaps not the way to go. Does that make sense?
And yes, I definitely understand.
Okay. Now, let me get to your other question, because I'm going to need to go on. But you said you had a question about finances, so as related to a job?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're looking for a job right now. Okay, so I just drew a card for you, and it says positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief of troubled times, traveling or relocating. So that's interesting. Have you thought about moving for a job?
I have. I actually moved already for one, but it didn't work out like I thought it would.
Okay. Well, that's all right, because that cards and timing are, time is very fluid. And so to me, this affirms that where you are is in the right place. You just need to get that job pulled into you. So what I want you to do for that, and I do feel like this is 2 or 3 months for you as well for this job. I feel like there's going to be a big shift right after winter, like right after the holidays. Like in January, you're truly going to have this great new year. So in 2 to 3 months, that would be, let's see, November, December, January, they're going to start looking for people, and you're going to be one of those people. Continue to put yourself out there, continue to look, continue to know that your highest good is going to be met. Okay. So I feel like in 2 to 3 months, your job is going to transpire. And then about 5 months after, from now, the relationship that you really want is going to come, because you don't need second best in anything, okay? And I feel like that's the universe telling you, don't settle. All right, Loretta, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure. You have a wonderful and blessed day.
You too. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. And I believe I have another caller, but I'm sorry, I missed the name. Tim? Kim, I'm sorry. Kim, thank you. Kim, Virginia Beach, I'm sorry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for calling today. So Kim, how can I help you today?
I just really need to know, like, the relationship I'm fighting for right now, like, it's starting to, like, drain me, but I just want to know, like, is this the right person that is supposed to be around? Like, I had a few people tell me he was my twin flame, but, I just want to know, like, kind of like, is this the one?
In your heart, if you're questioning this in your heart, what do you think?
I mean, I want him to be the one, but I think because of me being like a Scorpio and how prideful I am, I don't allow to be soft sometimes. So I don't know, sometimes is it me, like, or like when things are good, they're so good, but then when they're bad, I feel like they're the worst.
I see. Yeah. So what I'm feeling like is in some way you give away your power when you're with this person. Can you understand that?
Yes.
When you give away your power to somebody, that's a way of trying to control the situation. And that is never a good sign of someone who has your best interest at heart. If you're giving away your power, that is a leak. You mentioned you had a leak, like you felt it was draining you, right? You already know that this is not really 100% with your highest good. You said you want to be soft sometimes. Being soft doesn't mean being a doormat, okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like you question that part of your life. Like, am I really, you don't feel like you're being 100% yourself. And when you come from that energetic state, when you come from that state of feeling less than around a person, they aren't having your highest good in mind for you. And so it's up to you to decide what you are going to put up with. Everything happens with your consent, okay? So you're consenting to giving away your power to this person, all right? If you want it that way, that's your choice. You have free will. I'm not going to tell you to do otherwise. But what I am telling you is there is better out there for you. Someone who will meet your power, respect your power as a woman, as someone who knows what she wants in life, as someone who will respect you for your opinions. I feel like sometimes also your opinions are not valued with this person. Is that true?
It's so and so, I guess, because like it's like we're not together. We never put a title on being together, but we kind of more or less have like an understanding and a respect. But then when things get kind of hard, he runs versus, but then it's like he's ran so many times that it always came back.
Yeah, that's interesting. So there has not been a formal commitment, which tells you a lot, right? On both of your parts. And it's almost like you both know you're not 100% ready to be together. Maybe there would be a time where you could be ready to be together. But I do want to tell you the card I just drew, and this is, you're going to laugh, or maybe not. This card says release. Okay. What does that mean? It says let go of the past and ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. Do you think that's a message from the universe, Kim?
Yeah, like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause like
yeah.
mentally, he's like a lot of people have said they mentally he's going through a lot, and I sit here and try to keep fixing him or trying to be the one to help to fix him,
Yeah.
and that I think that's more or less the draining part. But then he's
Mhm.
also very like he's not very open. He's like he's a myth. Like any usually with anybody else I can figure them out like a book. But him it's like he's like a mystery, and I think that's like why I keep drawing you is because I have to figure out this person before I'm able to let go.
I see. I see. Okay, so you're having to work really hard at this. Does that feel like an easy relationship to be in, to have to work really hard at it?
When it's yeah, when it's good, I feel like it is. But then at the same time, I'm a difficult person also, like
Okay.
trust wise and like pride wise and opinion wise. Like I can be very, I don't even know what's a good word for it. Just me, like I know sometimes like I'm a headache to myself. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I would say that the guidance is to release him. Now, you say, you just want to get to a point where you understand the mystery of this person. And sometimes mysteries are very intriguing, right? We want to know,
Yeah.
we don't know why we don't know what's going on. And this is my suggestion to you that you put a time frame on it, like an end date almost. And you don't have to
Mhm.
tell him, doesn't have to be that you tell him this, but you say, okay, I'm giving this 3 more months or 6 more months, whatever works for you. And then you
Mhm.
stick to it and you decide by that time which way you're going. Are you releasing the relationship or are you moving on? Because I feel
Mhm.
like if you continue to do what you're doing, you're never going to get the answer. Because you know what? We manifest relationships based on our opinion of ourselves
Mhm.
and about that energy. And if we're unsure, we're going to get more of that back, of that uncertainty back mirrored to us. We go into relationships, Kim, so we learn about ourselves. And so relationships mirror what we're working on in our inner world or, in our heart. So
Mhm.
right now you're going through a lot of uncertainty with this person. And what are you getting back? More uncertainty, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so you could stay on that merry-go-round forever. And is that where you want to
Yeah.
be in 2 years, 5 years? Do you want, like, really, seriously, think about it. Would you want to be that way in 2 years with this person?
No.
Not knowing, on this
Yeah.
merry-go-round of indecision, will I ever figure him out? Maybe he's not, maybe you're not able to figure him out. I don't know. I'm not in your relationship, but it
Mhm.
feels like there needs to be a decision made. And when you make a decision on like a time period, the universe is going to come with you, behind you, and support you in that decision and give you a crystal clear answer by that date. So it's important you stick to that date. Now, I just drew a
Right.
card, another one, and let me see what this one says. Okay, yeah. Okay, this says listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. You've got to go within and listen to what your heart's telling you. And it says you are taking care of others perhaps too much. And so if you're trying to control, trying to give, trying to figure this out, it's you giving but not receiving, right? Are you getting back the support and love and really the satisfaction you want from a relationship? It sounds like sometimes you get it, but you're not getting it all the time. And you
Mhm.
really owe that to yourself to decide what you're worth as a woman, as a partner in a romantic relationship. And I do see also that this relationship, uh, you will know by summer whether this is going to work or not. No, so next summer you'll know, and that's about let's see, summer's in May, that's about 5 or 6 months from now. You will
Mhm.
know which way you're going to go with this. So if you want to set that deadline for summer where you're like, all right, I'm going to make up my mind, I will, and really follow through with it. You will have a clear signal as to what you need to do at that time. If it's still the same old way, it's still the same story of, I don't know, I'm confused, I'm not getting what I want. It's up to you whether you want to continue it. But I also believe that there's someone else who's coming in, and it feels like it's going to be, okay, August of next year, who's going to come in. If you continue to hold on to this person, guess what's going to happen? You're going to not allow that new person to step in. Because your
new
energy,
person, or maybe one from my past.
well, a different person. So it would be a different person other than this one. That's what I mean by new. So a different person, this person. So take a look at it. Give yourself, beginning of summer, see what you're ready to do. When you allow for this energy to leave, this other person to leave, the new person, the other person steps in by August is what I see. Okay?
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. I really
Thank
do.
you
I know
so much.
this time's challenging, and I know heartache is hard. I get it. Oh my gosh. Much love to you, Kim, all right?
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thanks so much. Well, I just want to thank my callers today for tuning in and asking me for some intuitive guidance. And if you have any questions, if you would like some intuitive guidance, please give me a call. Well, a shout out to my Facebook page at Pure Love Energy. Message me. I'm happy to speak with you about it. Also, join me on Saturday for my Facebook Live, and we can work on manifesting with crystals on the Crystal Grid. I hope you all have a great week. Look forward to seeing you all on Saturday at 1 Central. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.